Hey, NWO. I mean the fake one, not the real one that's about to come for all of humanity. I fucking hope that happens. I hope it happens to the rest of yous. You know that? I fucking hope they come for all of you out there. I hope they fucking do it. You know that? For the rest of humanity. If you're not going to help me with these videos, if nobody is going to help me with these videos and have theirs taken down and mine taken down, if me sending a letter to California proves to be a waste that I never get heard, because if I ever wake up one morning and all their videos are down, I'm gonna not know the password, but I could still send, and I will send a letter like that. Okay, so I won't look bad in front of my mother. But listen to this. For the rest of humanity who doesn't give a fuck about what's happening to my family, I hope that fucking happens. You know, that's what you get for not fucking caring about what's happening to me right now. And what happened to me while in care and prior to. Because nobody gives a fuck. Okay? I hope that fucking happens, that great reset. That new world order. Okay, new world order, new financial system. When they say new world order, they mean new financial system. Wait for that to be unrolled. And then from there, it unrolls a brand new world that's not going to be a world that I want to live in, anyways. So, I don't know. But listen, that might happen, but it might not. And that's my opinion. That if it does, nobody really cared about what happened to me in that old world. It's all about a new world and an old world. We'll be living in a new world, and I'll be reflecting on the old world and feeling like, who cares? None of you guys cared about my problems that were going on in that old world. And we won't have internet. So I won't deal with the NWO videos. I'll be dealing with what everyone else is dealing with. And I might go into a camp like other political prisoners will go in, potentially, right? That's all being discussed, and we all don't know if it's going to happen, but it's all being discussed about what could happen and what might happen, but we don't know. And some people have this opinion, no, I don't think that's going to happen, and I think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen. Some people think it's going to happen, some people think it's not going to happen, but it's just us fucking thinking. Meanwhile, the New World Order, if you look into it, and they checked it all out, you got this organization that meets once a year, and you got the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum is short for WEF. WEF. WEF, World Economic Forum. They meet once a year. You have to pay for a membership just as an individual, and then even more if you want your organization to have a say, to be talking about world things. And they're the ones that are pushing this conspiracy. We don't think it's going to happen. We don't think it's going to. 10, 15 years ago, you could say that. Now that you have the WEF saying, we're going to introduce this, okay? And this isn't a conspiracy if they're going to tell you. That's what all the videos are saying now on YouTube, is that 10, 15 years ago, you could say, I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen. You know, like you got one guy saying, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm saying, I think it's going to happen. And I think it's going to happen, but I think it's not going to happen. Just back and forth. I think it's going to, but you can't do that now that they themselves are telling you, we're going to be doing this. And they're only telling us this, someone was saying in the comment section, to get us used to this idea. I mean, there's not much that we can do, even if we all go, this is bullshit, because I'm starting to believe that this is going to happen. All we can do is protest and beg. Protesting is just you basically begging, please. Otherwise, we're all slaves. I mean, I know why the NWO is upset, what his problem is. His problem is that he gets paid well. But they have him acting like a slave. And he sees me not working. And he doesn't have any compassion, empathy to take it easy on me, for him to realize that it's because I was abused prior to and while in care. It's only because of that I developed disabilities. That's why I'm on ODSP. I get the benefit of that, of the ODSP. That it's very hard to get on ODSP, I'm assuming, in any province. Okay? And in Ontario, why would it be any different? And in Ontario, I aged out of care, and my worker, Richard Garneau, who still works for the Sudbury CAS, because I called and I confirmed that Richard Garneau, that if he didn't get me on ODSP, I would be saying that he dropped the ball on that. But he didn't. I mean, that's why he had me go on ODSP, because you want to do the right thing. And he did the right thing. My other complaint would be that they only apprehend, and they don't want to learn new information. We have you in our custody. You see how that's not beneficial for kids? We don't want to learn new things about you. All we care about is that you're in our custody now. We're not going to sit down and interrogate you. We're not working to try to get you in our care. You see? Okay? And then they also never had me adopted at the age of 3. I mean, I got a sister, and she was adopted. But like I said, they didn't do a good enough job looking, and they just gave to her, and that was like an adoption farm. I mean, a bunch of kids, and then they have their own kids as well, and you see, and now they're dead, so she doesn't have her mom and dad, and so she has nobody, and nobody, everyone in the family who didn't want to deal with me, they also don't want to deal with Stephanie as well. It's all because, and what Terry told me is this before, and it's all because of this. She told me, if you ever reach out to any of the people in the family, because you're related to Francine, once they find out, and if that's the case, that once they find out I'm related to Francine, if that's the case, well, then that's how you are to me too, and that's how Stephanie's being treated by you, Terry, and that's how she's being treated by everyone else. It's and that confirms all that. It's in my mind, potentially, right? I live in a potential world. You know what I mean? I live in the potentials. Okay? And I'm sitting here and I'm asking for the NWO to message and talk with me about this, at least.